Welcome back to the Phat YouTube channel. We are 5.5 weeks away from our departure for SEMA. We're gonna give you guys an update on this dually build. Y'all ready? Let's go. Get into that shop. Just kidding. Poor cameraman is actually gonna get hurt. Here's our 2024 Chevy Dually. Bed is gone to bodywork. All the metalwork's done, roll pan's done, everything's gone. It is getting mudded right now. Randall is up front doing the front tubs. Firewall tub's been done for a while. We pulled Randall off of this truck because him and Randy were fighting. And just so you know, there's Randy and there's Randall. They're best friends. They come work here 4 or 5 years ago, weeks apart from each other. So we call them the Rands, or Rand squared. So this is Randall working on the front of this. Randy was working on the bed. So Randall has already gotten the firewall tubs done weeks ago, probably a month ago, but we put him on the JTX truck because they were fighting each other on the lift. One needed it up, one needed it down. Randall has to do a lot of cycling of the suspension. So now that Randall is done on the JTX truck, and we've sent that chassis to powder coat and all the sheet metal is done, he's back onto these front tubs. So tubs are over there on the ground. He's trimming all this to fit. We're gonna get a new tub put in here and welded. We have to trim out the wiper cowl as well. So he will get that welded in, fitted. He'll go the other side, and then he'll build the rock guard right here on the outside of the sheet metal. Randall will be done on this side, hopefully in the next few days, and he'll move on to the other side. And after that, a little bit of cleanup in the floor, and we'll be able to split the cab off of this and start throwing the interior back in it. In the rear, Frank able to sneak in the factory depth tank, which I'm super happy about, that we don't have to deal with that going down the road. So it is snaked in here underneath our bed mounts. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass to put the bed on and bolt it in, but way less of a pain in the ass to have to deal with an aftermarket tank. So we do have a mount in the bed right here for the fill, for the depth tank. That way we're not leaving any fuel doors or anything like that. So it'll come right down, flow right into here, and it has its vent right there. We have the rear sway bar is tacked in place. We still got to do the final on it. The gooseneck is completely done. I allowed Frank to kind of run with what he wanted to do here. He chose some honeycombs. That's all complete. Watts link is done. We come around to the other side. He has all the exhaust tack welded into place. So from here, make actual hangers and put our V-bands in place where we need the exhaust to drop out if we need to access the axle or whatever the case is. All your DPF, particulate filter, all that is in this truck. We do have to add a bung right here for the last sensor in the exhaust. So once that's done, this exhaust is ready to come off, and we'll be able to send this to powder sooner than later. We already have our axles that are narrowed. I believe we narrowed it 6 inches on each side. And with the roll pan, Frank had to make a little baby hitch. So one thing that we do have to do before it goes to powder is the underslung tubes. We're gonna run a bolt-in tube here that will go underneath the axle that's removable, just like the exhaust will be removable to where we can remove the axle if need be. And then that bar will weld into here, come under the exhaust and weld into here, and then we'll tie that into the bottom of the hitch over here. That way we got plenty of strength into that hitch, since there's not a whole lot of depth there that we get to hold gussets to. So we've started receiving quite a bit of product. The first one is Revolt Auto Paint. They have graced us with the filler, primer, the sealer, base coat, interior color, the satin clear that goes on there, as well as the gloss clear that goes on the truck on the outside. So thank you to the Revolt Auto Paint. They got us hooked up to get this to SEMA as well. As far as other sponsors, we started working with another Oklahoma company called Carbon Shocks. They're here in Oklahoma City, and they are prototyping some new shocks for the air ride world. They come from the Ultra 4 world, and we're gonna be running their shocks on this truck to SEMA, pulling the trailer, guaranteed to be a way better shock than what we've been using, and we're pretty pumped to see those coming down the pipeline. We chose these Viair 485 compressors. This is the part number 48542. We'll be running 4 of these on that truck, that way we have plenty of air. Check them out for your vital air source. Moving up front, what just showed up minutes ago is our AccuAir. Thank you to AccuAir Suspension for our Endo VT tank, which is an air tank with the valves inside of it. That's what's in here, and that one of these is an Endo T, which is a tank. So you got 5 gallons of air here with the valves inside, and you have 5 gallons of air here with nothing else inside. It's just a tank to have more storage. What we have here is our height sensors. That's what keeps the truck level. This is our touchpad, and then we have our brain. This is the computer, the ECU, and this is what does all the work. That's what you see blinking on the truck. We do have mounts on the frame for that as well, so with anticipation of getting this. The rest of the products is for the other SEMA builds, the Continental and the JTX truck. So they're getting us hooked up and taken care of. What else is in this building is we finally come back out with some shirts. So, we have the old Tombstone shirt, that's what I'm wearing. Looks pretty good. Get them while they last. I don't know how long, it's been about a year and a half since we've had t-shirts. These are all just the Tombstone shirts like I'm wearing, gray, black, and red. And then we also have the airbag with a pinstripe logo. Very limited supply on these. They're both a rerun. The Tombstone shirt never originally came with the airbag logo. This is our newest logo. I really enjoy this logo, so I had Sean put that back on the shirt. Shirts are in stock on the website, and we do put stickers inside every order. Check it out, phatfabs.com. All right, welcome back to the all right.